and Saudi Arabia, several times at King Saud University, which you helped me get that job. Thank you again for that. So teaching adults of working age at university level or colleges. So I've taught the whole range from sort of about A1, pretty much beginner English, to about B2 on the whole. So teaching all the four skills: listening, reading, writing, grammar, vocabulary. So I feel quite comfortable teaching a whole range of levels and ages. In China, I taught young children mostly with no English. So I think I can I can teach. I'm quite flexible with my approach to teaching English.
Mhm. Okay. Could you please tell me something about your CELTA? You did CELTA, right? And yeah.
Yes, that's my. Yeah, I got their CELTA in Thailand in 2019. I wanted to sort of pivot towards, gain a good qualification and sort of pivot to a sort of higher level of teaching, really, teaching adults at university. Yeah, so it's really come in handy, especially with sort of the grammar aspect. Before I did the CELTA, my knowledge, my understanding of grammar was a bit sketchy, really, even though I'm a native speaker, of course. But since then, I'm teaching in Saudi Arabia. It's led me to being able to teach grammar, the four skills, systems, and gain sort of better understanding of English.
Okay, so what do you know about Saudi Arabia, and why are you interested in teaching there?
Well, as I said, I've taught in Saudi Arabia 3 times already. First time King Saud University, and then SPS College, Technical College, and then at Dammam Community College, UKFUPM. Yeah, I like Saudi Arabia. I like the culture. It's a very calm culture. I'm presently in Indonesia, so I like Islamic society, I guess, really. And I had a good time in Saudi Arabia. People very kind and polite. And I think that suits my sort of personality at my age.
Okay. You have already taught in Saudi Arabia. So what was class size? What materials were you teaching? And what was student age group?
Yeah, the student ages were about 18, 19, just in sort of foundation level English. At King Saud University, the level of English was a little bit higher, I think. Class sizes varied quite a bit. At King Saud, it was quite small, maybe about 10. I had some small classes, actually. But the average size is probably about 16, 14 to 16, something like that. Class size. Materials. I remember one was, I think at King Saud, it was a Q Skills. But also I've been utilizing a National Geographic at some point. So some of the materials were Cambridge English as well. So like a broad range. To be honest, a lot of it I've kind of forgotten but I remember definitely Q Skills was one of the curricula.
Okay, all right. What strategies do you use to make your class more interesting and meaningful to your students?
Well, I guess because the CELTA really sort of opened my eyes about sort of teaching strategies. I use my sort of body language a lot. I don't just sit there, sit in the front of the class and give a lecture. I'm always sort of up and about, moving around the classroom, doing pair work, small group work. So I can utilize that instead of just making it just me and just being very didactic and just talking at the students. I try to make it as interactive as possible. I have used sort of, the curriculum that we use is quite, you put on the PowerPoint and, you just read it off. But I try to make it more interactive by using sort of maybe some activities,